When I opened my eyes, I thought the bathwater was warm. It wasn't. It was my blood. The tiles beneath me were slick, red curling toward the drain like ribbons of silk. My chest burned where the knife had entered again and again. 17 times, I'd later learn. I counted each wound by the rhythm of my breath, shallow, ragged, wet. She stood over me, my wife, phone in hand, smiling. "Say cheese," she murmured, and the flash went off. The man beside her chuckled, far too casually for what they'd just done. He called me an idiot, said I should have knocked. Then they left, lights still blazing. I heard their footsteps fade, the door slam, the silence afterward. My vision swam, but I remember her heels, 3 steps, pause, 3 more. Like punctuation in a sentence I'd never finish reading. I tried to move. My fingers brushed against a phone under the cabinet. I pressed one number, the only one that mattered. He answered on the first ring. "Brother," I gasped, choking on my own blood. "Black site them. No bodies. No evidence. Make them vanish." The phone slipped from my hand as the world went dark. The doctors called me lucky. I didn't feel lucky. They said it was a home invasion. I didn't correct them. I watched her cry on television, big, deliberate tears. She begged for justice, called me her loving husband, claimed strangers had attacked me. The crowd believed her. Cameras flashed. She looked stunning in sorrow. I almost admired the act. Almost. My brother visited that night. He said nothing at first, just stared at the stitches, the tubes, the scars that would never fade. "You sure?" he asked finally. I nodded. "No pain. Just clean work." He understood. We'd grown up in a house where words meant little, but silence said everything. He walked out. By the time I left the hospital, he was already in motion. I didn't go home. Not yet. I rented a small apartment downtown, cash only. I watched her from afar, the morning jogs, the public smiles, the way she held his hand behind the same motel where they'd planned my death. Every step rehearsed. Every lie perfect. I learned her schedule, when she left, when she called him, when she thought she was alone. I never phoned my brother again. I didn't need to. I knew he was watching too. Sometimes, I'd spot the same black SUV parked across the street, tinted windows, no plates. A silent message. At night, I'd lie awake, listening to the city hum. My wounds itched, burned, healed, but the memory didn't. It pulsed beneath my skin, reminding me who I was, the fool in the bathtub. The man who loved a monster. It happened on a Thursday. I was reading when my phone rang. "It's done," my brother said. No details. Just the heavy tone of someone who's seen things erased. That night, I drove to the lake where we once took photos together. The wind was sharp, the water black and still. I threw her wedding ring in first, it sank fast, no ripple. Then her phone, the one she'd used to film me bleeding out. I'd retrieved it before leaving that house. The last photo she took was still there, me, naked and dying, her shadow above me. I deleted it slowly. One press. Gone. Then I stared at the blank screen and whispered, "You're gone." And for the first time in months, it felt true. The papers called it a double disappearance. Her and the lover, no trace, no witnesses. Police searched her car, her office, his apartment. Nothing. Just emptiness. Friends reached out, asking if I was holding up. They said I must be heartbroken. I told them grief comes in waves. They didn't realize it was the tide turning. A week later, my brother dropped by. He said nothing, just placed a small black drive on the table. "Just in case," he muttered. I never opened it. Some truths don't need eyes. He left. I poured myself a drink and stared at the wall for hours. The silence weighed more than any scream. It's been 6 months. The scars have faded to pale lines. My pulse is steady now. My hands don't shake. Sometimes I wake and smell bleach from that night. Sometimes I see her reflection where mine should be. But mostly, there's quiet. I live in it now. Like a man finally free of the storm, but still tasting the rain. People say revenge doesn't bring peace. They're wrong. It brings balance. And when I look in the mirror, I no longer see a victim, just a man who finished what they started. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.